welcome back to my channel. Find a spot on the rainbow somewhere you're happy or somewhere you're not happy and complain. It's okay. It's no difference to me. I'm just happy you're here, you know? So sit back, add your opinion at the bottom if you feel inclined. I have been thinking about things that I like better here than I like in the US. And I thought I'd do some comparisons because, well, these are big topics for me. And so I'm going to be doing one topic per episode because if you've grown up in America, you'll understand why these are such large topics. The first one is going to be, ever since I moved to England, I have not been inundated, pressured, belittled, annoyed, or irritated by, into, or anywhere near by any religion that calls itself Christianity. And I have to say, it's so nice to be able to breathe. You have no idea what it's like over there. And I realize that some people are not going to like what I'm saying, and you know, this is a free world for the most part, and you are free to have your own opinion, and we may disagree. But I have to say that it has been delightful being without it. When I got here in 2011, I had one person ask me why I didn't believe in Jesus. Now, where he got that notion from, I don't know. I hadn't volunteered any information up to that point, so I don't really know where that came from. But, you know, I didn't really know where to begin with an answer for that, because theology is a topic that I like to read about a lot. And so I have a lot of information bouncing around up here. And I had like this kid asking me questions about it, and I thought, oh, I don't know how to handle this. How do I answer this? But he was the only one, and you know, I gave him a very simple, polite, calm answer, and I left him alone. The problem with America is, depending on where you live, and most people will agree with me, you can't go anywhere without somebody trying to convert you. You can't go grocery shopping. You can't go to the doctor. You can't go anywhere without somebody trying to preach to you about their faith. And it's not welcome. Your average American really isn't interested, because your faith is something that's a personal thing, okay? What you believe, that's what you believe, okay? I don't believe that it should be something that you constantly wallop everybody else over the head over and try to get them to see things your way, as if your way is the only way, your dogma is the only acceptable dogma. And if there are any Americans watching this, being honest, you know what I'm talking about. Okay? I grew up in a town where there was a church on just about every corner. I kid you not. You had Church of Christ, you had New Evangelicals, you had your Baptists, your Catholics, your classics, Presbyterians, Episcopalians, we had all of them. And if you weren't a part of a church in a small town, it was noticed, you know. But yeah, see, over here in England, I've noticed that it's very, it's very quiet on that front. You know, people go about their business, they go about their daily lives, and if they, happen to be part of a church, they go to their church. And that's cool, I would never take that away from anybody, but They're not standing on the street corner with a bullhorn screaming at me about how much of a sinner I am. This is one of the not so charming things about America that I really don't miss. When you're out like shopping, and you have this person who, I swear, kid you not, had a bullhorn and was shouting about how self-pleasure was the key to hell, basically. And he was just shouting at everybody. And most people were just, tucking their earbuds in their ears or like putting their head down and just booking it across, the crosswalk so they could get off to their house or their class, wherever they were off to. But, just witnessing that was, it's overwhelming when you're over there. It really is. I have been in every situation possible and there he is. There's our motorcyclist, very loud guys. When I was in the military, okay, I had somebody approach me and tell me that you have to believe in God, or we're going to send you back to your the first week of training as some sort of punishment. It didn't happen, but that was a threat, and I thought, wow, okay. And of course, later on, I was threatened again by people that profess to be Christian. It's very much a topic of discussion. It's very up in your face in America. And if you're not prepared for that, and you're planning on moving there, or you're planning on going to visit, you should be prepared. You will find a lot of people, they don't really respect boundaries, and they will tell you that you are going to hell very fast. And again, I don't miss that. Don't miss that at all. In fact, one of the things that I used to do that would make them stop is I would just look at them after they would say, well, have you accepted, Jesus Christ, or have you accepted this, as your Lord and Savior? I would just look at them and say, yes, I have. And it would kind of like take the wind out of their sails, and they would just go, oh. And most of them would just carry on. And I found that would be a really good way of, diffusing the situation. Because, look, I believe what I believe, and I don't believe it's anybody's business. And, just as somebody who believes that, I don't know, like say they're Jehovah's Witness, fine. If you believe that, that's what you believe, okay? But in America, it's very in the forefront. It's in politics. You will notice among politicians, they are constantly trying to out-God each other, which is quite funny, considering what they actually do, what they actually say, as opposed to what they're actually telling other people what they believe. It's a very funny juxtaposition. And if you really pay attention, it's a comedy hour as well. But just having lived over there my entire life, it is such a breath of fresh air to come here and just be able to live life. Live life and not have to worry so much about that. I'm not saying that there aren't people out there that are like trying to get you to join their church. Of course there are. But I have yet to be bothered by them. I've had nothing but good experiences here, really. I had one set of Jehovah's Witnesses come by the house. I told them how I felt, that I wasn't interested, and in their favor, they have not knocked since. So I'm very thankful to be here. I really am. And from what I am understanding from my friends that are still living in America, it still happens almost daily. Do you believe in God? It's just a constant thing. And you don't realize how much is in your society until you move to another country where it's not as prevalent. And then suddenly it's like, oh my gosh, whoa. Even businesses over there are run by Christian organizations, and they use that power to discriminate. There are certain companies that they use their profits to pay for funding of the gay conversion therapy, which is basically telling gay people that with enough prayer and enough, I don't know, what, self-flagellation, you'll stop being gay. I don't understand that, but that's what they're putting their donation into, and that money is publicly funded, basically. Over time, their customers come in, buy their sandwich, profits go straight to that. So, I obviously took a stance, and I decided not to buy from that particular place any longer. There's a very large craft store that I used to love to go to. Slowly but surely, it became much, much more religious. And I just don't understand why that has to be a part of business. But there are growing businesses over there that are refusing to serve people that are in the gay community. And they're going to court, and they're actually winning because it's saying that it goes against their religious beliefs. So it allows them to discriminate against gay people. And I have a hard time understanding how that is okay, It doesn't make sense to me. It seems highly unfair, but I don't know what to do. It just doesn't seem right to me. What do you think? I know that Sophia doesn't agree, and she's doing all right back there. But I have been living in America most of my life, and it is a completely different world over here. Completely different. I feel safer over here as far as, just being myself. I don't have to, I don't have to constantly justify who I am by people that really shouldn't even approach me. Like, just live your life, enjoy your life, and let others do the same. I really would wish that that's how it could be. I think there'd be a lot less fighting, maybe. Just saying. But, yeah. And if you have any questions, please let me know. There's been a lot of experiences that I've had over there. There was one situation, and I'm going to try to find the news article, but this happened in one of the, I believe it was the Veterans Memorial burial ground, and there was some dispute over the religious iconography on the gravestones of the fallen soldiers for their chosen faith. And, of course, you'd have your Star of David, you would have your, just various ones. There's so many, I'd be here all day, But they were interviewing people that were around, and many of them were very irate. Many of them were saying they were Christian, and one of them said, well, that's fine as long as the cross is the biggest symbol. That's a mentality that I would very dearly like to see go away. That's a lack of respect to me, because I'm a veteran. I was not of the favorable faith that, everybody said that I should be, and, I was maligned because of it. I don't think that's fair, So, yeah, that's another experience that I had over there when it came to religion. It can be one of the most uplifting things. It can be one of the most amazing experiences of your life. And it can also be the thing that cuts you the deepest and can really hurt. So, I would really suggest that, you delve a little bit deeper into why these people feel the need to do this, why they can't just let people live their life. I've been doing that for quite a while, just doing reading, wondering why. Still haven't really figured it out. But if you come up with an answer, please tell me, because I'd like to know. So yeah, I'm going to cut this here, because I do have more stories. And if you like, well, heck, if you like more like of this, I can give you more stories of like religious experiences I've had over there that were not exactly pleasant. And then I did have one experience with a lady that was a joy. So, I'm more than happy to share the stories with you. And I can make this a part 2, and then I can go on to the next chapter. But thank you for, watching. I really appreciate it. And just, again, if you're LGBTQ and you find yourself kind of, lost in the world, you just maybe don't know where to go, and, you're welcome here. So you can always come here, chat with one of us, and it's a happy place here. So yeah, leave a comment below. Please subscribe. It'd be great to have you subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you on the next episode. See you later.